Our club has like a basics curriculum that is from 18th century British naval combat. So they would get these conscripts, and they would have to teach them very quickly how to sword fight on a ship with their buddies side to side. And most of these kids were illiterate, so it had to be very simple, very kind of group oriented. And that's the basic layer of like basic fencing. And then what Vincenzo Saviola did was he had above that basic fencing technique, he had these more expert level tricks that would end a fight quickly. Just ways of dealing with the so-called common fencer.
I moved into Bend a few years ago. I was looking for an exercise group that was mentally stimulating. I've never really been one for the gym. And I always liked fantasy literature, video games, D&D. And so I thought, I'll try fencing. Some roommates in college did a similar thing. And actually, funny enough, I tried to find a different group in town because I saw it every day commuting. But this was the only one that had a webpage. So I dropped by thinking it was that group, but it turned out it was the better choice because the other one's more of a sports fencing type, and I feel like this one gives me a lot more full body exercise, and I learn more variety here.
Needing a physical outlet plus the amateur scholarship, the opportunity for like that sort of thing really attracted me.
There are a couple movies that I have seen of where some of the fighting is actually realistic, and in some cases it's movies you wouldn't expect. For example, in Star Wars The Phantom Menace, there's a scene of where Obi-Wan is battling Darth Maul, and there's a small like part of where they both just back away from each other. Now when I first watched it, I was like, well, why are they doing that? Why are they not just still hammering away at each other? Now looking back at it, fencing, I realized, oh wait, they're probably just exhausted. And there's another movie. It's an older one. It's from the 70s. It's about the 1800s in Poland. There's a scene of where there's a saber duel. It's probably the most accurate saber duel I've ever seen in a movie. And so there are, but of course there are also like movies I've seen of where they completely throw logic out the window. For example, in Braveheart, there is the classic Hollywood mosh pit where everyone just runs at each other, screaming with like swords raised like this or like that, and they're just wailing on each other just mindlessly. And
But I pretty much like any movie that has swords in it. I mean,
almost every movie.